Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So in this video we're going to show how to make Christmas cards. So first I'll list the tools that are required, and I'll also mention all of this in the description box below. So the first thing is a black paper. I'm using the Bristol black paper in 200 GSM. This is a very good quality paper, ideal for calligraphy and for painting. And then I'm also using 100 GSM white paper along with this black paper. So the white paper I'm going to tear to reflect a decal edge and place it on the black paper at the end. So that's the idea behind using two different papers. So apart from this, you need a pencil, a scale, an eraser to create the outline drawing, and then any round object to create the Christmas bauble. And the paint for paint brushes, I'm using the wedge brush or the triangle brush, or also known as the petal brush. I have two different sizes here. One's 8 and the other one is 10. And then I have a small round brush to create the detailing. For the paints, I'm using the Winsor & Newton color called the Winsor Red. And then I also have the Fine Tech metallic color to just give a little bit of shine to the flower. Now for the calligraphy tools, I have a straight pen holder, and then I have a William Mitchell nib. You can choose any nib size. Here I'm using the size 2. And then you need a white pencil to create marker lines on the black paper. This is an Apsara pencil, it's quite erasable. And then you need a Fine Tech micron liner and any silver pen or a gold pen to just create highlights to give it a metallic finish. And then this is a color eraser to remove the white pencil marks. And then I have the bleed proof white paint for the calligraphy text. So that's about the tools. Apart from this, for the painting you need some water and a clean rag cloth to just clean the brush. So now I'm just measuring out the black and the white paper so that I can tear the white paper at a length shorter than the black paper. That way we can stick it over the black paper. So this kind of tear will create a decal edge which will look very nice if painted in the corners with any metallic color. So let's now create the design on the white paper. So this is basically a Christmas bauble inside which I'm going to paint a poinsettia flower. So first I'd like to create the borders on all the 3 sides. On the 4th side or the decal edge side, don't create in pencil. We can later fill it up with a black pen. So here I'm just measuring out the central point across the paper so that we can draw a straight line which resembles the thread on which the bauble will hang. So just draw a straight line across the center of the page and then horizontally create 3 straight lines to just create the holder for the bauble. Now I'm just using a round bangle. You can use any round object to create a circle. You can even use a compass. I just didn't find the compass, so I just used this. Now I'm just going to create the holder for the bauble, just two small semicircles for the holder, and then you can create the cap for the bauble as shown. Then you can even add a ribbon to the thread, just make it more interesting and more festive. Now I'm just going to show you how to create the poinsettia flower using the triangle brush. So I'm going to load the size 10 brush, which is the bigger size brush, with the Winsor red, and then create the first layer of petals. So it's almost like a triangular shaped arrangement where you have three petals arranged in the within a triangle. So that's what I'm trying to create a central point, and then from the central point you press, drag, and then release the brush, just like shown. Then you can turn the paper and create the other two petals in a triangular pattern. Again, you place, drag, and then pull. So once the first layer is done, we are going to go over the second layer in between the petals that we have just done. So for that I'm going to use a darker tone of paint, and then between each of the two petals I'm going to create a central petal. Now we can create the three central petals again in the same triangular arrangement in between the second layer of petals. So again I'm going to use a darker tone in the center so that it creates a depth, and then we can do the veins on the petals like shown. It's very similar to the veins arrangement in a leaf. Now I'm going to use the metallic paint. I'm using the Finetech metallic color in bronze, and I'm going to go over the first layer of petals, which is the smaller petal, to just give it more highlight and metallic finish. Now using the green color, we can now create the leaves all around the poinsettia flower. So between each petal, you just have to create small strokes using green color to depict the leaves. So it's very similar to the central petal that we created, like the small short petals. So first I'm just using a light tone of green, and then I'll go over this with a darker tone, again to create a little bit of depth. And then you can add veins to the leaves as well. Once you're done with the entire petal arrangement, the central core can be highlighted using a round brush. I'm using the size 4 round brush. I'm going to use a darker green color, almost blackish green, to create small dots in the center. So if you look at a real poinsettia flower, that's how the flower looks. So we're just trying to take inspiration from the real flower. So here I'm just trying to create this flower in a rough sheet before I can go over the actual bauble. So just I'm going to use the fine liner pen to go over the pencil marks and to create a definition. So first I'm creating the borders. And then for the fourth corner across the decollage, I'm just going to use like wavy patterns to resemble the decollage. So once that's done, we can use the same metallic paint that we used for the flower to lightly paint on the decollage. That will give a shiny appearance. So again, I'm just going over the bauble using the micron pen and then creating a pattern for the holder to just give it more interest. Now I'm going to use the silver pen to just create some highlights. So first I'm just making some dots in the center to create a contrast to the dark black dots, and then just creating a few strokes here and there using the silver pen so that it gives a little bit of shine. So once the painting is done, now we can do the greetings in calligraphy. So I'm going to do the calligraphy on the black card. So I'm first making some pencil lines on the black card using the white pencil. And again, this is an erasable pencil. And then I'm assembling the pen holder and pen, and I'm going to use the bleed proof white ink to write on the black card. So for the bleed proof white ink, you can reconstitute the paint with water and then use the ink and coat the nib with this paint. You can use any style of calligraphy, but here I'm using the italic style to create the Merry Christmas greeting. So I'm just going to gently spray some paint over the paper to just give it a little more interest. So now we can assemble the card. So I'm just going to add some gum onto the backside of the white paper. Always ensure to wait until all of the painting has dried off. And I'm going to stick this white card onto the black paper. And that's it. That's how you can make a Merry Christmas card for your friends and family this festive season. I really hope that this video was useful to you. I have made my cards ready. I hope you'll use this video to make yours. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.